What's up, everybody? You feel this beat right here? Here we go. Hey! We about to stamp this out. So if you feel me, come on.
Hi everybody, it's Cindy here with Stamping Chick Creations. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I try to post videos at least once a week. Life has been kind of busy lately, so I've been falling behind, but I'm hoping I can get caught up here in the next few weeks and bring you some really amazing videos. So I'm going to ask that you please subscribe to my channel. Please share it with your friends and be sure to come back if you're not getting the notifications. I do go live every Monday night over on my Facebook page with a Magical Monday cards. We usually do 3 cards. It's usually really fun. And I do try to post the videos here. However, sometimes it doesn't happen. So be sure to check me out on Facebook as well. You can follow me on Linktree, which is the link here at the top right or top left-hand corner of your screen. It's Linktree and Stamping Chick. So if you follow that link, it will give you all of the ways you can follow me and make sure that you're up to date with me every week. All right, so let's get started. So I have a really cool 3 cards for you, and it's one I've been just itching to get to, and I've just been so busy I haven't had a chance. But now's the time. We're going to go ahead and we are going to play with the Cutest Cows bundle. So you may have seen this bundle on in the book, in the occasions book for January to April book, and it's stinking cute. So I am a cattle farmer, so you knew I was going to get this one as my very first stamp set. Yet it's the one I've played with the least. And now that I've played with it for these cards, I can't wait to play with it some more. So there's the stamp set, and then there's the coordinating punch. So it's a really super fun set to play with. Now, you'll notice that the punch will only do 1 cow. That's okay. These are really super easy to fussy cut. So you're going to see I fussy cut a couple of these images here, and that's okay. We can do that. We can make that happen. So let's get started, and I will show you the cards that I have for you tonight. So I have 3 really simple cards, and they're simple, but they're fun. I don't know if they're really simple, but they're simple. I think they're simple. So this one here, my first card, I am actually going to use, this is copper clay. It's one of our in colors, and it's a limited edition color, which means it's only here until the end of 2025, and then it will be gone. So you can get this in the blends, you can get this in paper, inks, ribbon, all the things. But again, it's only here for a short period of time. So you want to make sure to stock up on all those favorite colors while they're here. So the other colors that are retiring here in the end of this year are the Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Tahitian Tide, Orchid Oasis, and Starry Sky. So I'm sad to see those ones go, because those are some of my favorites. They're more brights, whereas this selection of colors this year are more in the earthy tones, I would say. All right, so now that I'm done making a mess on my desk with all these little pieces, if I had my roller close by, I would just roll those back up. But so I have, these circles are coming from the Everyday Essentials die set, which is this one here, Everyday Details die. Sorry, my apologies. And this is what they look like. They're awesome. They're one of my favorite ones right now. So that is these circles here. We have a piece of white, and this paper here is an online exclusive paper, I believe. And it's awesome. It's a specialty paper in the copper clay. So we're going to use that, and then we have our copper clay base as well. So I think I left my bone folder right here beside me, exactly where I wanted it. Okay, so we're going to fold our copper clay base, and then what we're going to do is we are going to place our basic white cardstock here. But before we do that, I want to do something to this here, just to dress it up a little bit. And kind of help this card just pop a little bit more. So let's take out the flowers. So these are these ones here. Okay. So we're going to take those out. We are going to grab a block. We're going to put those down. I am going to use Memento Black ink. I'm just going to put the card base to the side. I'm going to use Memento Black ink here. And I'm going to make sure that's inked up very, very well. Nice and dark. And I'm going to stamp one here. Aren't those cute? And I'm going to stamp another one on the other side. Like that. There you go. Okay, so that's enough of that. So now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring in my old olive Stampin' Write markers. Now, I don't use my Stampin' Write markers very often anymore. Truthfully, I actually use my blends. And this is exactly why here. You're going to see on this leaf here. See how dark that is? It almost looks black. I don't like it. So let's go ahead and let's bring in our light old olive. And I'm going to use the chisel end. And it's funny, you know, I didn't know any different before our alcohol markers. I would only use the Stampin' Write markers. And now that I have the alcohol markers, I love these far too much to not use them. Now, they are supposed to be used for shading and that kind of thing. And obviously, I'm using them for straight coloring. So probably not using them how they should be used. However, I love them. And you will see me grab my blends way before you see me grab my Stampin' Write markers now. Now, in saying that, if you love these blends as much as I do, I have a new club starting. So let me tell you a little bit about that club while I'm doing some coloring here. So club is $35. No, it's not $35. It's $40 if you commit to a 6-month commitment. So you commit to coming to class or participating for 6 months. You're going to pay $40, and that is going to give you 2 sets. So our Stampin' Write our blends come with a dark and a light of each of the colors. So I would have a light one and I will have a dark of the green. So you would get 2 sets, so 2 different colors. Each month we will make 3 cards each month, and you will pay $40 for that, which is a really, really great deal for 6 months. And then I'm going to actually go ahead and color my flowers now in yellow. And then, but if you choose to not participate for 6 months, if you say 6 months is too much, I'm not so sure I want to commit to that or can commit to that. That's okay. You can still join us. And what we will do is you will pay $45 and you will get the same. You'll still get the 2 sets of markers as well as the 3 cards. Now you can do this virtually. So if you're in Canada, you can join us. Anyway, I cannot ship outside of Canada, unfortunately, but that's okay. You can always still watch some of the other videos I have here on YouTube for inspiration and that kind of thing. But if you're in Canada, we would love to have you join us. So again, if you commit to 6 months, it's you're getting a $5 discount per month, which is my thank you gift to you. And yeah, so I'm hoping you will take advantage of that, because I think it's going to be really fun. So I'm using the light crumb cake now, and I'm just going to do the center of my flowers. So I know some people said, well, I don't need that because I have all the blends. Well, so do I. I have them all. But what happens over time is that as you use them, the tips either are ruined, or maybe they're dried out. It's hard to say. A variety of things can happen over time, right? So what this will allow you to do is actually build up your collection slowly. So I'm just using the dark crumb cake here, and I'm just going to actually like just kind of dabble on these dots here just to give it some more dimension. So I know some of my blends have to be replaced, and it's just actually the most economical way to do this. So it's a good way if you're just looking to build your collection without wanting to put out all the money all at once. To buy like 12 colors at a time can be very, very costly. So it's just a more effective way to do that. Okay, so now I have my flowers colored. I'm going to actually go ahead and I'm going to put my designer series paper down here in the middle. So, and I'm going to use this paper is so amazing. It's specialty paper, so it kind of has like a shimmer to it, I guess. Okay. So there we go. And okay, so there, I'm just putting this onto my card base. Okay. As such. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to place this circle here in the center. And again, I'm just going to use my Tombow. I could pop this up if I chose, but I'm going to keep the pop-ups to a minimum on this one because if I want to mail it, all those pop-ups tend to add extra postage. We do not want extra postage. The least amount of postage we can pay, the better. Okay, so now here's my card so far. Can you see the shimmer on that paper? Isn't that beautiful? Okay, and now I'm going to bring in this circle. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to bring in my stamp. So I'm going to use this cow back. Oh, sorry, there's a glare there. This cow back here. And I'll probably use maybe this cow head. What do you think? Okay, let's see how we make out here. So this, oh, no, wrong one. Wrong one. Let me just get my cow ends all situated here. And my cow head. There we go. Okay. So, let me see. Now, the really great thing about this is it's a two-step stamp. So, if you've not ever two-step stamped before, this might be a little bit overwhelming, but I promise you it's so easy. Stampin' Up! Has done all the work for you on this. Okay, so I'm going to put my little cow this way. Okay. And then take another little block here. And I'm going to ink up his little head. These cows are adorable, like absolutely adorable. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to line up the bottom of his face with these holes here. So you can see exactly where you kind of want that to be. You can tell because it's the photopolymer here that we've used. Just realized I used a different cow than on my original card, but that's okay. I just realized this one has little horns, and I didn't notice that on my other one, so I must have used a different one. Okay, so I like to do cows in brown and white. I know everybody seems to think that cows are only black and white, and that is not the case. So I'm using Bubble Bath here, and I'm going to color the udder in pink and the hoofs in pink. So this is Bubble Bath. It's a pretty light color. And I'm going to do the muzzle or the face. So Bubble Bath is a very faint color. It's not intended to be a vibrant pink. It's very pale. And that's okay. All right, so then what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually bring in my light crumb cake, and I'm going to use the chisel end. I prefer to use the chisel end for my smaller images. I just find I have a little bit more control over them when I do it this way. Oh, actually, you know what? I just did that wrong. I want the dark. Oopsie daisies, I want the dark. I forgot I was coloring this bull, well, he's a cow, but I forgot I was coloring him completely in. So my bad on that one. So you can see how I'm just going over the light one, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with that. I'm going to actually do the tail. Oh, there's a little spot here as well. And I'm going to do the tail. There we go. Oh, and I want to do this little piece of hair here. There we go. Okay, so this little guy has horns. Our cows don't have horns, but and then I'm going to use the paintbrush end, and this is the light crumb cake is what I'm using here, and I'm just coloring the rest of the cow. Now you'll notice that I use the paintbrush end for the wider areas, and then what I'll do is I'll come back in with the chisel end and just finish. Just the chisel end gives me a little bit more control over the colors. And you'll notice how I'm going in a circular motion. I just find that that spreads the color a little bit more. Okay. I'm just kind of doing some touch-ups here. Can't forget that leg there. Okay. Adorable. Yes. Okay, now I like to make sure that my cows look like they're grounded all the time. So what does that mean? It means he's not floating amongst just in the air, right? He has to be doing something. So I'm going to make him look like he's sitting on some grass. So we're going to come in, see how this tip here, can you see this tip on my marker? That looks kind of blurry, doesn't it? I'm just going to see if I can adjust this just a hair. The tip on my marker is pretty, and see how this one's dry? This is one of the ones that if I was in a blends class, I would be replacing this one, which I do have a second one, and likely even a third and fourth of this one, but I would be replacing that one because that is one of the ones that needs to go right to the garbage. See this one as well? I have two of them, and they're both tips are not amazing. Right? Not amazing. Okay, so there we go. Okay. So I'm just going to kind of come in here with this one. There. I'm just being really picky now. All right, so here is my little cow. Isn't he adorable? Okay, so now I'm going to use my pop-ups, or my dimensionals, and I'm going to pop him up like that. And I'm going to actually use... Who does not love this card? Honestly, it's so stinking cute. Okay, now I'm going to use this teeny weeny piece here. And I'm going to use the holy cow on this. Because who does not love that saying? Let's just put this over here. So I like to use my glass mat. If you missed out on getting this glass mat, that is really too bad. There is rumor that we might see this one come out for customers late in the year. So I'm using Azure Afternoon. And I'm using Azure Afternoon because I really like it as a blue color. It has embossing powder all in my ink pad, mind you, but that's beside the point. Okay, holy cow, how cute is this? So I need to get my Stampin' Scrub. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to actually take my paper trimmer, and I'm just going to trim this down just like that. I'm not measuring. You know me, I don't measure well. I don't follow instructions well. I just kind of go ad hoc. Okay, now I'm going to take my scissors and I'm going to flag this. So I'm just kind of going in the center, and then I'm going on an angle and on an angle. And I know some of you are probably freaking out going, oh my gosh, she's not going to measure that. She's just going to eyeball that. Yep, I am. Okay, and I'm just going to place this right here. And again, I'm going to use my dimensionals because I love my dimensionals. Everybody needs at least 2 packages of dimensionals in your craft room at all times. If I don't have at least 2, I start to kind of twitch. Cute. Cute. Okay, can I show you my original card? I just used a different cow and different colors. But how cute are those? Right? Okay, so card number 1 is done. Let's move on to card number 2. Now this one needs some die cutting. So I've got my dies here, and I'm actually going to emboss as well. And the embossing folder that I'm going to use is not a current Stampin' Up! Embossing folder, but I figure that's okay. You won't mind. Okay, so what I'm going to do is, this is just a standard card base. It's 4 1/4 by 11, and I scored it at 5 1/2. So just your standard card base. And then this piece is Poppy Parade, and it's 4 by 5 1/4. And I'm actually just going to place this directly on top here, is what I'm doing. And what I'm going to do, and this is really important, is I'm going to place my adhesive, but only in the corners. I don't want to put any adhesive in the middle of my card. Okay, and I'm going to line this up like this, making sure it's even. You want to give that a minute to dry, and that part is also very important for our next step of this card. All right, so just making sure everything's still working there. So I like to take my bone folder as well sometimes and just kind of push this down. And what that does is actually just helps it secure itself to the bottom. Okay, so I'm going to do 2 things here. Number 1, I'm going to take my, how big is this? 3-inch circle. And this one is from the Deckled Circles die set. And I love the Deckled Circles die. I'd show you the entire, oh, here they are. I was like, I'd show you the entire package, but I can't find them. Deckled Circles. These are awesome because look how many circles you get. And they're great for layering, and they have bigger sizes, and they kind of look a little bit almost like torn. So very, very cool. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to run this through my die cutting machine, and I'm going to die cut this. I'm just going to do this upside down so I can show you. I want to make sure this is in the center. Okay. So I'm going to run it through the die cutting machine like this, but then I'm also going to run it through an embossing folder, which actually is the faux wood embossing folder, which I know is not current, but I feel like it's really necessary for this card. Okay. So let me go do that, and I will be right back. All right. So remember when I said try to get it in the middle of your card? Guess what? I did not. So we're going to modify this card just a little bit. It's still going to work out, so I'm not too concerned. So I die cut it. See how I have my 2 circles? So these were this. So I could keep these circles and use them for something else. And then I'd cut a piece of white, And then I did emboss it with the faux wood embossing folder, which, yes, is no longer available for purchase, but that's okay. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to glue down my white piece of cardstock for the inside of this card. And just need to find my glue right here. I'm trying to debate how I want to do this now. Okay. There we go. I was like way off. I don't know. I wasn't paying any attention when I was die cutting. My head was someplace else. Anyway, okay. So I think what I might, oh boy. I think what I might do on this one is I might just change this up a little bit. Okay. So originally my card was supposed to be a landscape card. I'm going to actually do this one as a portrait card and kind of do the same concept, just a little bit different layout. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use the other sided cow. Oh, I see what's happened here. Oh, I had the wrong cow in the wrong spot. That's why. Okay, so I want this. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to stamp. Oh, no, I want the laying down cow. I'll get myself together here in just a minute. I'm starting to get super tired. Can you tell? Okay. Let's just grab a block here. Okay, let's make sure that that's. You want it to go this way because he's laying down. She's laying down. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to stamp this. About here. Okay, so you see how I'm pivoting my card. Now, I should have I used the wrong cow on my first card, so I may have to use the same. I don't like using the same head too many times, but I may have to on this one because he's laying down. So to me, it looks like he's sleeping because cows could be laying down sleeping or they could be chewing their cud. There we go. Look at that. Got it right on. All right. Now, what else do I want to do here? I'm going to actually take my finger daubers. I think I put them back. Did I? Oops. I was using them earlier. I'll use that one for green. Just looking for my blue one, which is in here as well. Okay, so I'm going to just open this up for a minute. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my old olive and my balmy blue. Okay. And I'm going to start with my balmy blue first. I'm going to put my finger dauber in. Now, I'm going to tell you, you're not going to see a whole heck of a lot here. What I'm doing is I'm just kind of adding a little bit of blue to the background. I don't know if you can see this on camera or not, but it's very, very faint, and that's okay. It's perfectly okay. I don't want it to be very vibrant. I just want it to be kind of like a subtle type of a look. Okay, so that is for the background. Then I'm going to use the green. You can see that on camera, can you? Good. Okay, and then I'm going to use my old olive. I think I actually used a different green on my original card, but that's okay. Okay, now I want to take this grass here. which is a very, very small stamp. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp some grass so that my cow looks like it's a little bit grounded. You know, I said I don't like floating cows because that's kind of strange. All right, let's go ahead and color this little cow. So this one, I'm going to actually use the dark bubble bath, and I'm going to put this on the hoofs. And I'm going to do it beside the ear. And I'll do its muzzle. See how much brighter this pink is? This is the dark bubble bath. It's cute, eh? Okay, now let's go and do, my cows are always brown. I do not like black and white cows. I feel like a lot of people feel that's the only color cows can be, and that's not true. So I'm advocating for my little friends here. Actually, you know what I'm going to do? I'll leave that as a light, but I think the horns are going to be a dark. There we go. That's much better. There. Okay. So now let's take a look here. Look how cute this is. Okay, now what I want to do is I'm going to clean off my grass, and I'm going to replace this with a milk carton. So the milk carton, and I'm just going to take a scrap piece of white. I'm going to stamp this in black. So this is just black Memento ink, and I'm just stamping that on a piece of scrap. I'm going to bring in my gray. Now I just have to locate the gray. Here's one. That's light gray granite, and I have a dark gray granite. Right there. Okay, so my dark gray granite, I'm actually going to just put over the lines and the dots that are already there. Like that. And then I'll bring in my light. And of course, because this is a smaller image, I'm going to use my chisel end. And I'm not pressing hard. Very, very light. I think a lot of people think sometimes they have to press hard. You do not with alcohol-based markers. Okay. Now, I'm going to take my chisel and I'm just going to leave it. So the really great thing about the alcohol is that it doesn't leave those streaky lines sometimes we get with the other images. Oops, I'm dropping my markers all over. All right, now I'm going to fussy cut this. So my apologies if you are having to watch. I will try to cut this as quick as possible. If I was a real genius on my photo editor or my video editor, I would fast forward this part, but I don't know how to do that. So you're going to have to bear with me I'll try to go as quick as I can. It's actually not a hard image to fussy cut. As some of them might have been. Now my original card has a chicken on it as well. I don't think I'm going to add that in this one. We'll see. Okay. And there. Okay. So now I'm going to put this little milk carton right about there. I'm going to use a dimensional to pop it up. Put it down there so it looks like it's okay. So now on here, I'm going to go, it's your special day. Let's see if we can get that. It's your special day. And I'm going to do this one in Poppy Parade. So Poppy Parade is the color of the paper, this red paper that I'm using. So Poppy Parade, it's your special day. Okay, it's your special day. Of course, I'm going to pop it up. Place this here. So you see by adding this, it offsets the it being lopsided. So I'm just going to use that to clean off my stamp. And I'm going to bring in, it's your special day. So then I'm going to bring in this one that says, milk it for all it's worth. Oops, let's put that over there. So again, I'm using the Poppy Parade. I'm going to open this up. Oops. There we go. So it's hidden. How cute is this? Honestly, I can't even with the set. It's just too stinking adorable. Okay, let me close up my Poppy Parade. Let's take a look at the card. And I'll show you my original card. So it's pretty simple, this card, right? So it's your special day. Milk it for all it's worth. Right? Super cute. Now let me show you the original card. This was my original card. So this one is a landscape card. And then it just opens this way. So I added the milk carton and then the little chicken or rooster, which I could add out here too, I suppose. Yeah, so that's card number 2. And again, using the wood grain embossing folder is pretty cool. Okay, so that's card number 2. The last card is really cute. It's kind of a fun fold. It's something I saw, not this card on Pinterest, but I saw some other stuff on Pinterest, and I was like, it gave me the inspiration to do this card. So I'm excited to share this one with you. I'm just going to put some of my stamps back because I think I need that one actually. I don't need this one. This is the laying down cow. Don't think I need that sleeping cow. And not this bottom. I need the other bottom. Okay, so put that on there. And I'm going to give you this one here as a head. Okay, here we go. Are we ready? Are we ready? Last card. I think you're going to like this one. Okay, so for this one, I have a piece of Early Espresso card base. And I'm going to bring in, so it's just a standard card base, and it's scored at 5 1/4. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my paper trimmer. And I'm going to line this up at 2 3/4. And I'm going to cut down to the score line at 2 3/4. Pretty sure that's what I cut it for my original card. I hope I cut all my pieces right because I was very tired. All right, let me see here. Okay. Yeah, this will work. Okay, I'm going to go and emboss this piece with that wood grain embossing folder again, because I feel like it just makes the card that much more. So just give me 30 seconds and I'll be right back. All right, so I'm back. So here is my piece that's going to go right here. But before I go ahead and do that, what I want to do is actually I'm going to glue this piece down. This is going to stay open. This one is going to glue down the entire thing. So let's go ahead and do that. Now you could use tear and tape for this if you chose, or your adhesive of preference. I'm just using Tombow. We're going to do a little bit of cutting here as well. So, okay, so I like to do that just to kind of hold it down. So we can leave this one, we can hold this one down like this just so that it stays in place. Okay, so now I have a piece of just scrap white. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to go ahead and I'm going to cut some strips here. So I'm actually just going to cut at, I believe I cut these at 1/4 of an inch if I remember correctly. But I'm going to go on this side actually because it's a little bit easier. Yeah, 1/4 of an inch. And I'm going to cut, what do I need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I need 6-ish. I could probably use some of the others. So I'll stop there for now and then we'll decide if we need to cut more or not. Okay, so I'm going to take this red piece. So this is our, color did I say this was? Poppy Parade. I'm getting tired. And I'm going to run this here. So again, you can do this one of two ways. You can do it corner to corner like this. Or you can actually put it on your paper. Okay. Now, usually when I do this, I use my silicone mat. Because when I'm doing little fine things like this, I tend to get glue everywhere. Okay, now I'm going to take this one. So we're just going to make a big X. See where I'm going with this? Okay. Now, I'm going to take my scissors. I'm going to cut, and cut. Oops, cut a little bit too much on that one. There you go. There. Okay, so we have that. Now I'm going to take these longer pieces and I'm going to run them here. So I can go ahead and do these. So again, I'm going to just do it right onto this card to make it easier. So I'm just going to go from the corner straight up. And I'll do this side too. Like this. Okay. So just make sure those are nice and dry. And then I'm going to take my paper snips or my glue snips, because these are the ones that I am okay to get glue on. And then I'm going to cut some more, because I guess I do need one more piece. Let's just do one more piece and see if we can make that work. I might need two. We'll see what we can figure out here. Okay, so we're just making our door. Is this adorable or what? So I saw something similar to this on Pinterest, but I modified it. So mine actually closes differently. Okay, so then if I cut this off, and if I And that there. Is that going to be enough? Yes, look at that. Just. That's amazing. Couldn't have done that if I tried. Okay. How cute is this? I know. I said the same thing. I was like, oh my goodness, I love this. Okay, now let's bring in our card base, and we're going to go ahead, and this is actually going to adhere down here. Okay, so we can go ahead and put this down. Like that. And again, I like to kind of like do something like that just to make it a little bit easier. Okay, so that's my door. But now on this side, we need to do something here, right? So what if we took a piece of balmy blue, go ahead and glue that part down. Actually, let's not glue that down yet. Let's do our next step first. Okay, so what I have done is I have gone ahead and I have cut these pieces that actually are from the stamps stamp that has the post, the mailbox that's in the mini. Name has completely escaped me all of a sudden. But I've taken that from there, and I am just building myself some grass. Okay, so let's go ahead, put our adhesive down, and let's go 1, 2, and oh, I need some more glue down here. And 3. I guess I do not need that glue right there, so. Ah! This is why I use a silicone mat, my friends. Okay, now. So, here's my grass. So then you know I need to trim this off. There we go. Okay. Grass. Yes. Okay. Let's go ahead and glue this down. So while we're waiting for that, let's take this piece of scrap paper. Let's take our cow stamp. We're almost done here, so just stay with me for a few more minutes. Let's just take our cow stamp. Now, this stamp actually will, or this punch will punch out both at the same time. I prefer not to. That's just my preference. So what I would like to do is actually just stamp, I'll stamp him here. I'll do that first. So I know sometimes we struggle to get this in, so I'm going to show you a little trick. If you take a little Post-it note and place it on top like this, use this as your handle. Now these are cheap dollar store ones, so I'm doing this backwards. Okay, so line this up. Okay, there we go. See my little cow head? All right, we have that one. Now let's go ahead and do the little head for our cow. And I know you can line these up and you can do them all at once and all those great things, but I prefer not to. I just find that it works better for me this way. Okay, I should have actually colored those before I punched them out, but that's okay. All right, we're going to use the Bright Bubble Bath again. And I'm going to do the hoofs. I like cows that have really nice, bright pink coloring. Not many cows have that, actually. Usually just when they're born. Okay, look how adorable this cow is. Now, let's go ahead and bring in some dark crumb cake. And we're going to do a dark spot here. And we'll have to do the tail. Again, if I had done this before I punched it, maybe it would have been a little bit easier. And I'm going to do this part here. How cute is this cow? Now, I'm going to do a little light spot on its crown here. There. Okay, so if I take this cow and bring it in here and use a dimensional or two. My chair is making a funny noise here. And then we bring in our little head. How cute is this cow? How cute is this card? Never mind. Right? And I could move his head like this. I could move his head like this. You could put him this way. I think I'll just put him that way because I think that's adorable. Now, the other thing that I did was in the same set with the mailboxes, they have these clouds. If I can pick them up. Okay. Now, the clouds, well, this one's actually not too bad. See, the clouds are kind of big. So I might just take that one. And then what I actually did on my original card is I just kind of came in and kind of rounded this off. Just a little bit. Just so that it wasn't completely. And, or I could use that piece. And of course, I'm using dimensions here. And I'll show you my original card because I think you'll like it. So this can be a fun fold without it being a big fun fold. So did it take me a few minutes to do this one? Yeah, it did. But I think in the end, it's all worth it. So then this would open like this. This part stays still. So let me show you my original card. Here it is. Oh yes, I forgot to do the inside. But see how I did the flowers there again? And then the inside. And I could have put a handle actually on my door if I had thought of that. So yeah, so that, my friends, is the third card. So let's take a look again. We have this one. It's your special day. This was the one I made on camera because, of course, a little bit of a blip there. And holy cow, how cute is this? And then there's my original one. And then here we go tonight with, excuse me, this one as well as this one. Super duper cute. All right. I hope you love those. I would love for you to tell me what you think of these cards. I would love for you to comment and see. And I'll tell you what, if you place an order with me of $60 or more before March 10th, I will send you the bits to these cards. I cannot stamp anything, so you will need the cow stamp. But if you have the cow stamp, or if you're going to order the cow stamp, this is a great opportunity. So I will send you the card parts to make these cards if you place an order with me before March 10th, 2024. In the amount of $60 or more, I will send this to you free of charge. How about that? It'll be just a little gift from me to you as a thank you for placing an order with me. Does that sound like a great idea? I think that's a fantastic idea. I think I would love to get these card parts in the mail so that I could make these cards as well, because these were really, really fun. And then this way you don't have to do anything except for assemble them. And if you have a different cow stamp that you want to use, you are more than welcome to do that as well. All right, so thank you everybody. Be sure to share this video and subscribe to the channel if you have not yet subscribed. Be sure to come back and make sure that you're all caught up on all the videos. And you can always join me on Monday nights over on my Facebook page, where I go live and we make 3 magical cards. And don't forget about the blends class and the blends club. So if that is something that interests you, speak up and let me know, and then I will get your name, or get you the form. There's a form that needs to be filled out. It's very simple, just your name. And that club will be starting probably in April. I don't know if I can pull it off for March yet or not, but probably in April. All right, so thanks everybody. I hope you're having a great night, and we'll chat with you very soon. Bye-bye.